I'm going to coach dentists to improve the profitability of their dental offices, to increase the amount of time that they can spend away from the office and enjoy their careers again.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Great job. It's a wrap.
Hey everyone, Dr. Mark Costas here, founder of the Dental Success Institute, author of the book Pillars of Dental Success. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is our brand new studio here in Prescott, Arizona. We'll call it DSI Studios right here in Prescott, Arizona. So thanks for joining us for the very first episode at the new DSI Studios. I have a very common question that people ask me, and this is usually for people that have followed my podcasts or my blog posts or have been a coaching client of mine for any length of time. And that is, hey Mark, I've followed your advice. You are the systems guy, and I have followed all of your advice and I've put systems into my practice. My operations manual is done and it is sharp, it is perfect. The operations manual including foundational principles, accountability agreements, we have protocol sheets in there, we have an organizational chart. We have pictures of all of the areas of the practice in their ideal condition. We have pictures of all the tray setups. We have pictures of all the burr blocks. Everybody's job descriptions and daily task lists are complete. Everything is just the way you said it should be. And I'm still struggling. For whatever reason, I can't get people to follow the protocol. I can't get my team to be accountable. And when that happens, I have to ask the very simple question. And sometimes it hurts a little bit when I ask it. But the simple question is this: are you being a strong and effective leader? And what do I mean by that? Are we holding our team accountable for the systems that we put in place? You can have the best systems in the world. You can spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for a consultant to come in every single month to put the right systems in place in order to bring your practice to the next level. But if you, as the CEO, are not being a strong enough leader, you will never experience the growth that you are seeking. So, how do we go about being a strong and effective leader? Well, first of all, you have to ask yourself, are you giving your staff, your team, all of the resources necessary to reach their full potential? And in the case of the dentist that has the operations manual in place, that has all the protocol sheets in place, that has all the accountability agreements in place, they would probably say, yes, I have given my team all the resources necessary to be successful. And I would say, okay, step one, check that off the list. If you haven't done that, then that's going to be your first step. Give your staff and your team all the resources necessary to reach their full potential. Okay? The next step is this: are you having uncomfortable conversations? Now, I know that sounds funny, but my favorite quote in the world is, the level of your success is directly proportional to the number of uncomfortable conversations that you are willing to have. So are you having uncomfortable conversations? Well, are you? When your front desk team is answering the phone not quite right and you overhear it when you're on operatory one, do you rush over and correct them gently but firmly and say, that's not the way we practiced it, that's not the way we role played that, you used the wrong word here and I would tweak this just a little bit. Now, I'm not talking about being a micromanager. I'm talking about recognizing when things aren't just so and having the uncomfortable conversation and going out of your way to correct that behavior. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be unreasonable. That doesn't mean you have to be a jerk. That just means that you are having those uncomfortable conversations. Now, how about when the hygiene production isn't exactly what you want it to be at the end of every week, at the end of every month? Are you having a regular hygiene meeting that's showing them their performance and if it's slightly off? I know it's a difficult conversation. I know it's an uncomfortable conversation, and you might be very, very close with your hygiene department, and you might not want to stir the pot. You might not want to deal with any of the drama that happens after you have that difficult conversation. But that means that you're not being a strong leader. So, once again, I'm going to restate my favorite quote. The level of your success is directly proportional to the number of uncomfortable conversations that you're willing to have. So you got to start having some uncomfortable conversations. Now, along those lines also, are you taking the time to catch your team doing good? Now, here we are always looking for ways to improve the team and pointing out when they're not doing great things, slight areas of correction, maybe larger areas of correction, but are you catching them when they're doing things just right? Are you giving them positive reinforcement? And I'm not just talking about financial incentives. I'm talking about catching them doing things right, making sure that you're giving them a pat on the back every once in a while. You know, studies have shown that people respond even more favorably to positive comments and positive reinforcement than they do to actual pay raises. So people are constantly yearning to know that they're doing a good job. They're looking for your favor. They're looking for you to be proud of them. They're looking for positive recognition. So make sure that is completely for free. Make sure that you're scheduling that into your day as well. Catch your team doing good things, not just bad things, and reward them with some positive affirmations. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure that we're taking the time to work on our leadership and making sure that we have uncomfortable conversations, but at the same time, we're catching our team doing the right things. Okay? One of my favorite leadership books, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. I recommend you guys go out there, get it on Audible, and you can listen to it as you're driving to work. You'll finish it in 3 or 4 days. It'll change everything about the way that you treat your team. Okay, take care, guys. Go out there and be a good leader. We'll talk to you next week.